Hello everyone, welcome to Karthika AIS Academy. In this video, we are going to deal with some questions related to current affairs. Let us go with it. Here the first question is, consider the following statements regarding icebergs. Statement number 1. An iceberg is a large piece of freshwater ice that has broken off a glacier or an ice shelf and is floating freely in open water. Statement number 2. The ocean currents does not influence the movement of icebergs. And statement number 3. Icebergs carry dust which fertilizes ocean plankton. How many of the above statements are correct? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, all three. And D, none. In this question, if we see, the first statement and the third statement are correct. But the second statement is incorrect. If we see the second statement, the ocean current does not influence the movement of iceberg, but actually the icebergs travel with ocean current and either get caught up in shallow waters or enter themselves. So the correct option with regarding to this question number 1 is option B. Option B is the correct one. Let us go with the second question. Consider the following statements. Statement number 1. The ocean warming increases the frequency of tropical cyclone winds and rainfall. And the second statement is, the productivity of the oceans increases when the carbon emissions from the atmosphere are sunk by it. Which of the above statements are incorrect? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. C, both 1 and 2. And D, neither 1 nor 2. So if you see in this question, it asks about which statement is incorrect. Here in this question, the second statement seems to be incorrect. Why? Because here it says the productivity of the ocean increases, but actually, due to the greenhouse gases emissions, global warming is already 1 degree Celsius higher than the pre-industrial levels. There is a vast evidence that this is a serious consequence for ecosystems and human beings. The IPCC's special reports on oceans and cryosphere reveals that ocean is 0.8 degrees warmer than the pre-industrial age. It is more acidic and less productive because of carbon emissions that was sunk by the ocean. So here in this question it states that the productivity of the ocean increases, but actually the productivity decreases. So here he asks about the incorrect statement. So the B option is the correct one, 2 only. Let us go with the third one. Consider the following statements regarding natural gas. Statement number 1. Natural gas is formed when the layers of decomposing plant and animal matters are exposed to intense heat and pressure under the surface of earth over millions of years. Statement number 2. It is used as a fuel for vehicles and as a chemical feedstock in the manufacturing of plastics. Statement number 3. It is associated with other hydrocarbon reservoirs in coal beds. How many of the above statements are correct? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, all three. And D, none. In this question, all the three statements are correct. Let us go with each one in detail. Natural gas is a naturally occurring hydrocarbon gas mixture containing primarily of methane, but commonly including various amount of other higher alkanes and sometimes a small percentage of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, hydrogen sulfide or helium. It is formed when the layers of decomposing plant and animal matters are exposed to intense heat and pressure under the surface of earth over millions of years. Natural gas is a non-renewable hydrocarbon used as a source of energy for heating, cooking and electricity generation. It is also used as a fuel for vehicles, as a chemical feedstock in manufacturing of plastic. So this is all we know. Let us go with the fourth question. Consider the following statements regarding International Union for Conservation of Nature. The statement number 1 says that its main aim is to mobilize the public in support of nature conservation. The second statement is it was involved in establishing the worldwide fund for nature. Statement number 3. It has observer and consultative status at the United Nations. How many of the above statements are correct? Option A, only one. Option B, only two. Option C, all three. And option D is none. In this question, statement number 2 and 3 are correct, but when we see the statement number 1, it says that its main aim is to mobilize the public in support of nature conservation, which is incorrect. The main aim of the IUCN is to not to itself aim to mobilize the public in support of nature conservation. It actually tries to influence the action of governments, business, and other stakeholders by providing the information and advice to building partnerships. So this is all about the fourth one, and let us go with the last question, the fifth one. Consider the following statements. Statement number 1. A carbon credit is an electronic and serialized unit that represents 1 ton of CO equivalent that is reduced, avoided, and sequestized from projects applying an approved carbon credit methodology. Statement number 2. Decarbonization refers to a conversion of economic system or individual carbon emitting entity, reducing the carbon intensity of its emissions over time. Which of the statements are incorrect? Option A, 1 only, option B, 2 only, option C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. Here in this question he asks about which of the statements are incorrect. In this question, if we see, actually the statement 1 is incorrect, because a carbon credit is an electronic and serialized unit that represents 1 ton of CO2. Here in this question he mentions that it represents 1 ton of CO, but actually it represents the 1 ton of CO2. So the correct option in this question is option A. So this is all about the questions related to the current affairs. Please do like the video and share the video. Thank you.